Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel today. We have some absolutely breaking NFL news that is making waves across the league. And trust me, Cowboys fans, this one is going to get you excited. According to ESPN, the Dallas Cowboys have been named the best fit for free agent linebacker Isaiah Simmons following some significant trade moves. This is one of those stories that has huge implications, not just for Dallas, but for the entire NFC and potentially the defensive landscape across the league. So sit back, grab your coffee, because we're going to break this down in extreme detail, discuss why this makes sense, the risks, the potential impact, and what this could mean for the Cowboys' defense moving forward. Isaiah Simmons is a fascinating player and one of the most intriguing athletes in the NFL today. Drafted 8th overall in the 2020 NFL Draft by the Arizona Cardinals, Simmons was highly touted coming out of Clemson for his rare blend of size, speed, and versatility. He is the type of player scouts dream about, a hybrid defender who can line up at linebacker, play safety, cover slot receivers, and even blitz from the edge when needed. Think of him as a chess piece that can move to multiple squares and impact multiple parts of the field. Unfortunately, while the athletic traits were there, his career hasn't quite lived up to the expectations of a top 10 pick, not because he isn't talented, but often because he hasn't been in a system that fully maximizes his skills. With the Cardinals, Simmons had moments of brilliance, showing flashes of being a true game changer, but he struggled to find consistent footing, partly due to schematic mismatches and partly due to being shuffled around in roles. After Arizona, Simmons landed with the New York Giants in a trade, and while he played more games, he was still underutilized, never quite becoming the full-time impact starter many analysts expected from a player of his athletic caliber. Now, after entering free agency, Simmons is in a position to redefine his career. This is where Dallas comes in. According to ESPN, and corroborated by multiple football analysts, the Cowboys are the best fit for Simmons, and it's not just speculation. There's a logical argument for this fit. First, let's talk about the Cowboys' recent trade moves and how they have opened the door for a player like Simmons. Dallas has been actively reshaping their defense, making adjustments at linebacker and the secondary, creating roster space, and freeing up cap room. These strategic moves suggest that the team isn't just reacting to free agency, they're preparing to integrate a player with a unique skill set like Simmons. By creating flexibility both in the roster and financially, the Cowboys have essentially set the table to pursue a hybrid linebacker who can immediately contribute and change the dynamics of their defense. The fit between Simmons and the Cowboys is really compelling when you think about it schematically. Dallas has long been known for a strong defensive front and elite edge rushers, but they have had questions at the linebacker and second-level defensive positions. Simmons is exactly the type of athlete who could fill that gap, a player capable of moving seamlessly between linebacker, safety, and slot coverage, providing versatility and unpredictability. Offenses will have a hard time preparing for a player like Simmons because he can line up in multiple spots, defend the run, drop into coverage, or even blitz, all within the same game plan. The Cowboys' coaching staff has historically been creative with personnel packages, and a player like Simmons could be the perfect canvas for new defensive schemes. Another reason this makes sense is that Simmons finally has a chance for a clearly defined role, something he hasn't fully had in his career. With the Cardinals and Giants, he was often used in rotation or shifted around too much, which prevented him from mastering one role. Dallas could give him a role where he can focus on his strengths without the constant positional juggling that slowed his development in the past. This could unlock the high ceiling that scouts saw in him coming out of college, turning potential into production. In other words, Simmons is a player who can thrive in the right system, and Dallas could very well be that system. Financially, This is also an appealing move for Dallas. Simmons has not yet commanded a massive contract, largely because his production hasn't matched his athletic potential. This makes him a lower-risk, high-reward target for a team with cap space and a desire to strengthen the defense without overcommitting. If Simmons performs up to his potential, Dallas could be getting a game-changing player for a relatively modest investment, which is exactly the type of movie smart front offices look for in free agency. Now, let's talk about what Simmons could actually bring to the Cowboys on the field. Imagine the possibilities. He can serve as a linebacker in base defense, a slot defender in nickel packages, or even drop back into a safety role to cover athletic tight ends or running backs. This kind of versatility allows the Cowboys to disguise their coverage schemes, create matchup problems for offenses, and keep opposing coordinators guessing. Simmons isn't just another linebacker. He's a chess piece in the truest sense of the word. His ability to move between positions could allow Dallas to create more dynamic defensive looks, effectively adding an extra dimension to their game planning. For Simmons personally, a move to Dallas could represent a career resurgence. Being in a system that values his skill set, providing a clear role, and putting him in position to succeed could be the spark he needs to finally live up to the hype of being a top 10 draft pick. It's the classic story of a talented player who struggled early in his career, finding the right fit, only to flourish once given the right environment. Fans love these redemption stories, and this could be one of the best examples in recent NFL history if Simmons hits his stride with the Cowboys. Of course, there are risks involved. Simmons has yet to put together a full season as a clear impact starter, and there's always the chance that even in Dallas, he might not reach his potential. Role ambiguity could still be a problem if the coaching staff doesn't clearly define how he will be used. There's also the question of how he adapts to a new defensive scheme. Even great athletes sometimes struggle when asked to fit into a complex system. And while injuries haven't been a major issue in his career, the physical demands of constantly switching roles and facing NFL-level competition could increase the risk of wear and tear. In conclusion, the news that the Dallas Cowboys have been named the best fit for Isaiah Simmons is more than just a rumor. It's a potential game-changer for both player and team. Simmons brings a rare combination of versatility, athleticism, and mismatch-creating ability that could revolutionize the Cowboys' defense. While there are risks, including past underutilization and the need for a clearly defined role, the potential rewards are immense. For Cowboys fans, this is a move to be excited about, and for NFL analysts, it's a fascinating case study in how a talented, underutilized player can find the right fit and change the trajectory of both a career and a team. The coming weeks and months will be critical in watching how this unfolds, and if Simmons lands in Dallas, we could be witnessing one of the most strategic and exciting signings in recent memory. So, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Cowboys being named the best fit for Isaiah Simmons? Do you think he finally finds his home in Dallas and fulfills the potential we all hoped for when he came out of Clemson? Or are you skeptical that this move can really maximize his talents? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest NFL news and analysis. This is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing storylines of the offseason, and I promise you, we will be watching every development as it happens. Stay tuned, stay excited, and I'll see you in the next video for more NFL updates, breakdowns, and deep dives.